time to review Journey of the Brave, Land Before Time 14. I'm going to be doing this in intervals because a lot of you were saying that you were not looking forward to me ending the series, so I think the best thing to do right now is to just let it on slide. Keep this going for a while and milking it into several parts, and I have a feeling that for this specific situation, I'm going to have to do just that, because this is the first Land Before Time that feels drastically different than the others, and I'm not really liking the changes.
Long, long ago, in the land before time,
One thing I do have to say, though, is that the lighting and the crispness of the animations are a lot better. Obviously, they've copy and pasted almost all of these models, but it doesn't matter. One thing they probably should have done, though, is made these guys at the back look a bit smaller than the ones at the front so we could tell distance. But for the most part, it looks crisp. This guy narrates how dinosaurs used to rule the world, and then he talks about Littlefoot, who looks like a freaking drawstring pull doll. He looks, I don't know why, there's something weird about the way he looks half the time in this movie. I guess when you've been around the characters for so long and you see them, it's just wildly obvious when they look different. He tells us the backstory. Ew. Look at the way he looks, bro. Anyway, the narrator goes on to saying how stupid-looking Littlefoot stayed with his grandparents because of all the hard perils of the world, and he chose to stay with his friends as well. What the frick is Ducky doing? What the hell is she doing? More importantly, why are they all just sitting there and watching her like psychos? Anyways, he continues by saying Littlefoot not only lost his mother, but was also separated from his dad, and he just basically, in short, recaps all the major highlights of what happened over the last 13 movies. From Littlefoot's perspective, he lost his mom, his dad was a leader of a big herd, and could not stay in the Great Valley because his herd was a migrating herd, so he had to leave. But every year, his dad migrates back to the Great Valley. This is the first time I have seen a baby ankylosaurus in this franchise. Now here's where it gets good. I already can tell, just from watching the first few minutes, testicles, that this is probably one of the Land Before Times I am not going to like. As the movies progress, as we get more of these sequels, I realize that I am not feeling these movies. As a matter of fact, the more we continue is the less they feel like Land Before Time movies, and more like some kind of PBS program. Mind you, I still have not watched this movie, so I am literally just watching pieces of it and going back and reviewing them as I am watching it. So at this moment in time, I've seen like the first 5 minutes of it, but the rest of the movie I have not watched. But I will watch it, and you'll get my very fresh take.
and it will be happening today.
Meaning his father is coming back to the Great Valley stay. So they start off with everything being about his dad. He's happy because he wants to see his father, and I'm totally okay with him being happy about his dad. Here is where I get lost. The hell did Chomper come from? I know that the shows basically circle around Littlefoot and friends and Ruby the Oviraptor. However, mind you, looking at this is the very start. This is 3 minutes and 39 seconds into this movie, and we are being shown Chomper and Ruby, and they are acting as though we're supposed to know who they are. I don't know if this movie was made after the shows, but that is a piss poor way of doing it, because the narrator never even mentioned Chomper or Ruby. If you've watched several of the Land Before Time movies, but you haven't gone up to like 11 and then you're suddenly seeing this, you're probably very confused. I can understand if this happened after the second movie, where it's the last time we saw Chomper, or even Land Before Time 5, The Mysterious Island, because that's the last time we saw Chomper. But this is the 14th movie, and we've not seen Chomper since the 5th movie. That means that there are 8 movies. I know I'm bad at math, but I believe there are 8 movies in between when we last saw Chomper and seeing him now in the 14th movie. Excuse me, but some explanation is needed, and they don't seem to ever provide one.
You can't find me.
Really? She's right there. She's right there, bro. You live on an island with your parents who are experienced hunters. As a baby, you could hear from a great distance away when your friends that you just met only hours ago after you hatched are in danger.
Very mean, sharp teeth.
Sharp teeth don't have friends.
As a baby, he had just hatched. As a baby, he knew exactly where the sound was coming from. Even though it was echoing and bouncing all over the place, somehow Chopper knows exactly where to go to save his friends.
Chopper!
Mind you, the volcano was exploding over everywhere. The earth was a rumbling. And somehow, through all of that, and hearing the pipsqueak voices of his friends, he, as a newborn baba, was able to find them and pinpoint exactly where the noise was coming from minutes after they ran from the spot where he first heard them and went someplace completely different. You know what I mean? But yet somehow he cannot pinpoint where Ruby is when she is right behind him saying mad loud, "You can't find me? Sorry." But one of the things I completely hate here is when from out of nowhere, when we have not seen the development of the characters versus a complete 180 and like no explanation for it. And then second of all, like I said, where did Ruby come from? Let's just pretend that people who are fans of this franchise have not seen the show. Who the hell is she? We spent 13 movies following Littlefoot, Petrie, Ducky, Sarah, and Spike, and maybe on occasion Allie. It would have made more sense for Allie to have been here than for this random Ruby person. And the only reason I even know her name is because I happened to have looked it up when I realized that there were Land Before Time shows many years ago. Had I watched this and not even known the shows existed, I would have been very, very confused because there's an oviraptor, a dinosaur who was labeled as an egg stealer, playing with a baby Sharptooth in the Great Valley. And nobody's concerned? No one? Okay.
Come and play! Can't, Ruby! My dad's coming today!
Who the fuck is Ruby? Where the fuck did she come from? Here is the other horrible part about this. Now, I understand that the voice actors from the original movies were already old, and those movies are very old. And this is not really the fault of the producers, per se, because I guess that they're aiming this at younger children. First of all, Mario's horns look very short. He's always been a majestic-looking Triceratops, and these look like he just ordered them from the dollar menu. At least they're colored properly at the base. But Jesus Christ. I was just looking at the end of 2. We were like, come on, let's go. And run around. That stupid song that I actually do like. And oh my. You know, whatever.
Three horns never use water unwisely, but
Here's another shot of his horns. Here's another shot of his horns. And they usually have very sharp tips. Another shot. Another shot, and no matter when you see him, even though they're not exactly always consistent,
oh, she's mad at somebody.
they always look imposing. And then you see him in this shot, and they look like dog dick. I don't know what is wrong with these people, why they make everything so soft, and that was my first thing that I noticed. And then he spoke.
She's gone to the swimming hole. What's the hurry?
Oh no, this guy is trying his hardest. But it's not working! Oh, how sad. How sad that up until the 13th movie, we've gotten, at least up until this movie, because even the 13th movie we had Sarah's father's voice. And you know what? Kudos to that guy for sticking around and doing the voice of Sarah's dad. And now we have, I just can't, bro. I can't look at him and expect the voice. And we've gotten 13 movies. And then in the 14th movie, he sounds like that.
She's gone to the swimming hole. What's the hurry?
At least he looks normal from this shot, but Jesus Christ. That already made me, that killed it for me instantly. I was like, okay, what is happening right now? But whatever, I guess this is something I'm just gonna have to grin and bear.
I'll fucking do it again.
Ew.
Hey, today's the day. My dad's coming home.
At least Littlefoot still sounds like Littlefoot. And the singing, man. The singing. You know, I know people are gonna be like, oh, that's always been a part of the Land Before Time. The first movie, they did not sing. It was actually realistic. But I get it. But we just started the freaking movie. Honestly, aside from wanting to milk this for the sake of you guys, because you don't want this to end right now, I also have to take breaks. And I'll find this to be a lot easier of a time to do this because I can't take this in all at once. So please understand that this is where we're gonna cut it short. This is how it starts. We've got the voice change, and we've got the crisp pictures, which I do like, There's something endearing about seeing the old film style of the Land Before Time movies. Because I feel like when I go back and watch some of the older cartoons, they have some kind of, what's the word? Some kind of richness to them that the newer ones just don't have. And it feels like we're going up in appearances, but that we're going backwards in everything else. Littlefoot's friends are all celebrating because Ducky's eggs, sorry, not her eggs, Jesus Christ. Her brothers and sisters are about to hatch in this new clutch. And you know, it's not so bad. Petrie is the only voice here, and Ducky's voice, so far, that has not changed for the most part. I think Littlefoot's too. What in the honey mustard is wrong with this guy? Are people supposed to look like that when they're flying? Like, it's supposed to be a relaxed situation? If he's always tense like that while he's flying, that can't be good for a healthy lifespan. And then we get to the other part. I already feel very tired. Sarah's eyelids. Why on God's green and purple alien planets do her eyelids still look like that? And this is the 14th movie. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not just a float do. It's several shots right now. Anyway, there's still snow on the ground and Littlefoot trips and slides down and then tries to play it off. Saw that, guys? Oh God, the cringe, man. The cringe is so heavy with this one. Oh my God. Like, I need to take a break. I wasn't playing around when I said that. I was trying to push through, and you guys are gonna have to get this in bite sizes because already I cannot stand this movie, and maybe it's because I'm asking for too much, but I am used to certain caliber of things. And if we've gotten, for the most part, something palatable, not really. Okay, the last one was hard. Let's just be honest. As much as I love these movies, they've gone to dog shit. They have gone to dog shit over the years. Let's not kid ourselves. The only reason we love them is because we've grown up with the characters and they're dinosaurs. But I'm gonna need to get my head on correctly. I'm gonna get my head on correctly before I continue this. But I can tell you right now, it's not gonna be easy for me. Anyways, that's it for part 1. See what happens next. See what he has to tell his friends. See how far I can make it in part 2 before blowing my brain up. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, and so I'm gonna milk the shit out of it.